What's up, everybody? We're your favorite hosts, Dylan and
Danielle.
And you're now tuned into the HoodTherapy podcast,
where we take you on our journey to finding love, peace, and balance through conversation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You look so good today.
Thanks.
I just have to point that out.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? I'm very, I was amazed, this whole time just watching you walk around, get ready. Scrumdiddlyumptious.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm. But, how are you? How you feeling?
Currently, tight.
Yeah.
Because I just had to pay $200 ticket.
Man.
So, I'm upset.
The fact that you don't have any other options to work, that you choose to give people tickets, it's like I will never believe that you wanted to give tickets to people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's their quotas. They gotta meet their quotas.
No, and so I'm convinced that I'll just live with the fact that you didn't have anything else to do. There was no other profession out there that was convenient for you, and you chose to just ruin people's day. So, I get it. You know what I'm saying? We all got to get to a bag, but I just hope there's not none of you out there that genuinely want to be a ticket giver. You know what I'm saying? What a job. Your job is literally to inconvenience everybody. But we're not going to talk about that.
For things that don't even matter either.
Things that don't matter at all. But we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm over it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm over it now.
You are?
Yes.
That was quick. I've never seen that before. This is record breaking.
I have decided that I'm over it.
Cool. Rocking with that. But man, we came off a really good weekend.
Yeah, we did have a
very eventful weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You a sideline hoe.
They not jamming.
We went to Park Fest, the function that Albany, the college throws every year, and they had a whole bunch of performers. Yeah, 3. But
the DJ was lit though. I wish I remember the DJ's name.
DJ, I mean, there was a period where they were trying to figure stuff out, and then it was just playing mad random music.
Oh yeah.
But it was lit. It was lit though. It was Young Nudie, Saucy Santana, and Gunna. But Shensia was supposed to be there. That's really the reason why. I mean, we were there. You know what I'm saying? But she flopped. Yeah. She didn't come. So, but Gunna's performance was crazy. Like that was
valid.
That was a lit performance, and then we capped the night off with some good vibes.
Yeah.
So,
whole weekend was good.
Yeah, it was a dope weekend. You know what I'm saying? And then coming to my first work week, at my my new job, it's been interesting. I've had there's no guidance at all. There's no guidance. If you get hired to a Big Four, just know that your first couple, maybe your first week or first month, probably be all over the place because they're just throwing me a whole bunch of things to train and learn and do, and I'm already assigned to a project that I start next week. And so
that's exciting.
Yeah, so I actually have 2 projects that I'm working on next week, that I already said I'm a part of, and so they do get you in fast, but it's it's just mad stuff going on, but it is what it is, and I've kind of just been trying to gain a workflow. That's how I am. I can't just do everything at once. I need to have a kind of a routine. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure that out for myself. But other than that, it's been pretty cool.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good. I'm glad.
Yeah, man. So, but I'm ready to record today. And I'm happy and excited about the topic today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But without any further ado, man, make sure y'all share, comment, subscribe on YouTube, man. Follow us on Instagram, and if y'all are audio only listeners, make sure to tune in on Anchor and Spotify, man. The link in the description will be below for those. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So today's topic is betrayal. Cue scary music. You make sure you add that in.
Yeah.
So I don't look crazy.
Yeah.
But today is about betrayal, our experience with betrayal, and how it has affected us and our relationship with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, who's starting?
You know, I'll start this one.
Okay.
And I have an interest in. I just had something that I kind of wanted to decompress.
Mm-hmm.
And coming from a perspective of like, I felt like growing up, I was used to betrayal. Like it's something that I became desensitized to, but I wanted to know if betrayal is the same, if it's getting let down the same as being betrayed. Are those things like synonymous?
I consider being let down as you being disappointed, as in you had expectations and somebody didn't meet them, and so now you're disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it also depends on what those expectations are and if it was understood that those were the expectations that was set.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have a role and you didn't play your role, I would be disappointed.
Okay.
But if you didn't play your role and you did the opposite, then I feel betrayed.
Okay. So the lack thereof is where the disappointment lies, and
I think so.
And then the fact that you actually acted upon that, just not what you were supposed to act on, shows that.
Yeah, I think you betrayed
that's the
me.
betrayal.
I think so.
Okay.
It's very general, but I think that's
no, because I feel like that aspect is where I think I've been disappointed a lot, and so I think I associated that with betrayal. You know what I'm saying? With the fact that I was like, a lot of times I think I learned this at an early age, like to the feeling of listening to somebody tell you something and not believing it, or already like figuring out a way for you to get whatever it is that person is doing or said they would do for you done by yourself. Like, is a terrible feeling. You know what I'm saying? And I would feel that a lot where, like, there's a lot of experiences. Like, I remember this one time I used to work at Chipotle, and when I used to live in Queens, and I would work in car place, which is if y'all know like the logistics of that, that's probably about a 30-minute drive. Yeah, on the expressway. Yeah. But I didn't have a car and I had to take the bus, so I had to take like 3 buses. I had to take 3 buses to work.
It's like 2 hours.
Yeah, probably about 2 hours, maybe like an hour and 12 minutes.
Hour and 12 minutes?
Yeah, it wasn't.
How would it take me longer to get to work?
It took you 2 hours?
No, it took me like an hour and a half.
Oh, so maybe, I don't know. I don't even remember. Some days it was like better than others, but it was really the transferring of buses that made it difficult.
Yeah.
And so I had to take 3 buses, and if like if you from New York, if you're from the city, like New York, the regular borough buses and then the Long Island buses, they run different. You know what I'm saying? And so it's hard to kind of transition from one Queens bus to a Long Island bus. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember one time, like, before I used to work the 5 to 11 shift, and I had asked my brother beforehand, like, yo, feel me, like, yo, can you pick me up from work? And I'm like, solidifying the plan in place. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, like pick me up from work, pick me up from work. He's like, yeah, I got you, I got you. I'm like, bro, like the bus don't, and I'm telling him all the things that will happen if I don't get picked up from work. You know what I'm saying? So there's a mutual understanding between each other. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
You
Yada
need
yada
this
yada.
right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So the problem is once I get out of work, the buses stop running. I think at 10:55, right? But my shift ended at 11. Now sometimes we get out early, but that all depends on the day.
Right.
If
Which
the
I
day
got
was
right.
fast, if it was a slow day, then I usually be done with I can prep early to close and everything like that, and I'll be out by like 10 o'clock, right? But if it's a long day, you know what I'm saying, then it's gonna take a lot longer, and obviously whatever the case may be. So I think that was a long day, and I had ended up getting out probably about 10:30, and so I'm waiting. I'm like, yo, like, I'm calling bro. He had ended up picking up and telling me like, oh yeah, I had to take mommy somewhere or something like that, and he's all the way in the Bronx. And I'm like, what in the hell? I'm like, what? And you know, in my entire shift, I was thinking like, I was trying to find other ways of how I was gonna get home. So I'm asking other people, yo, can you pick me up? Can you do this? Can you do that? Everybody's like, nah, bro, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking like, damn, what am I gonna do? Because I don't feel confident that this is gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have another option. You know what I'm saying? And like for that to kind of like play itself out the way it did, and the like, you know, that it took me. I didn't get home till like 1 in the morning that day. You know what I'm saying? And it was just so like things like that kind of hurt me
Yeah.
a lot, because it's one thing for things, you know, things happen. You know what I'm saying? But another thing is like like you gave me your word. You know what I mean? You gave me your word, and I feel like no matter what, I don't think you should, or anybody should, take their word lightly. You know what I'm saying? Your word means a lot, and I noticed that like, you know, that was a very common theme in my childhood. Like that situation that happened to me, it, you know, and I feel like it led me to try and do things on my own and become like hyper independent and do things.
Because there's nobody you could rely on.
Yeah. And do things that I'm not ready for really, but it's like, I can't see another option. You know what I mean? Because it's like torture having to make something out of nothing all the time. Like it sucks not having any support or having anybody to depend on. And I felt like, you know, I felt like a lot of times I was like, it felt like betrayal. You know what I mean? A lot of times, because I felt like things were promised to me, or people gave me their word so much that I didn't even like, as soon as somebody said that to me, I'm already like thinking of new ways to, you know, trying to figure things out as if it didn't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think I kind of filtered that into this relationship where I, you know, it took me a while to see you as somebody. I always saw you differently because you always kept your word to me. But, you know, I think on the intimate level, like it took a little bit for me to fully like trust you as without any second thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And not question at all, like, damn, what if I told you this? Or damn, what if, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I feel like it definitely took, you know, us a minute to warm up to that. But, you know, I think on that aspect of betrayal, like, it definitely affected me a lot growing up. And it's something, or more so the disappointment aspect, and how that relates to betrayal. I have like way too much experience with that, and it really sucks to, you know, to have to go through that.
Yeah, I remember, because I remember starting to, like, whenever Chipotle would ask me to stay late,
Yeah.
I remember being like staying late, and I would go pick you up,
Yeah.
and I'll just, you know,
Yeah.
drop you home.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that was a lifesaver, like, because many of those times I had no idea how I was getting back home. many of those times I didn't have enough money on my Metro
For
card
the bus, yeah.
or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was literally by chance that I had been able to get home.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Growing up, I think I felt that way too, especially by my dad, because I feel as though he saw me struggling and he didn't help me. And that felt like betrayal
Mm.
because, like,
So you're struggling mentally?
yeah. And, like, you're my father. You're supposed to protect me. You're supposed to, and I felt like he didn't do that. And so it it's I think I still kind of struggle to have a relationship with both of my parents. Um, and I think, especially my dad, I think that's something that I guess haven't really forgiven him for. Is the fact that, like, out of everybody, you knew and you didn't do anything. And that just hurts. And I think that was, I'm not sure when I realized or when I like fully processed how I felt about that situation, or growing up, but I realized that. And I realized that that feeling was all too familiar with me. It was actually kind of like scary. Like,
does his profession like have any effect in that?
well, yeah, because he's a psychiatrist, and so I feel like if anybody knows, you should know. I feel like, and so like a part of me feels that way, and then another part of me understands why doctors aren't allowed to treat their families.
Yeah.
Because they don't view things the same way.
Yeah, they view from a biased standpoint.
And so I feel like maybe he thought, like, he always just tell me that I'm strong. And so I think, maybe he thought that I could handle whatever I was going through without any intervention.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess I did, but like, there's a whole bunch of trauma there now, And so, I get, both sides of it, but my inner child is, like, dang, I still haven't forgiven you.
Do you think it's an objective, like, do you think when there's a subjective aspect to it, it gets harder to objectively look at the kind of facts of something or of your child and be like, this might be what's going on? Like, do you feel like he had that approach with everybody, or do you feel like he had that same approach with his patients, as to where, or because that person is not emotionally involved with him, he can give like an objective perspective in regards to
Yeah, I think, I'm not necessarily sure how he treated his patients or whatever, but I think it's that being able to be objective because you aren't necessarily emotionally attached to whatever situation. And I think because, it's his daughter, it may have been different. And so, as much as I understand that, there is still a part of me that was just like, well, I mean, you didn't have to be my psychiatrist.
Yeah.
You could have sent me to somebody.
Yeah.
And so, that kind of, plays in my mind oftentimes about betrayal. And I remember feeling that way when the situation happened. I don't even know how long it's been now, but
probably that was 2020, I think.
2020?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2020. A situation that happened where used to be friend needed help, and she needed a place to stay, and she moved into my apartment without me knowing, without any of my suite mates knowing or their consent, and she moved in on the couch. And I walked in my apartment, and I saw her, and I'm excited to see her because I haven't seen her in forever. And she tells me that she moved in. And then I see like all her stuff there, and I'm like, oh, interesting. And so, that's awkward. And so the next day now, I talked to her about it, and she apologized. I told her that I felt that it was rude for her to just show up to my crib and move in without letting anybody know. So yeah, the next day I spoke to her. She apologized because I told her that I felt as though it was rude for her to move into our apartment without letting anybody know. Our apartment, as in me and 2 other girls.
Yeah.
And so, she apologized for that. Our conversation was awkward as hell. Me and my roommates, suitemates allowed, we all agreed that she can stay on the couch for like, you know, a week or 2, or, you know, whatever she kind of needs to get back on her feet or to find a solid place, but just not for the whole semester.
Yeah.
Which was what she was asking or telling.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I went to her and I told her, hey, you could stay here for, you know, a week, whatever you need to get back, you know, to find a solid plan, just not the whole semester. Reiterated this to her so that she knows that she has a place that she can, you know, stay for the time being.
Yeah.
And then conversation ended off good. She was like, we lit on Monday. And then after the conversation, we was talking about shows that we need to catch up on and stuff like that. And we was chilling. And she went home for the weekend as she usually does.
Yeah.
Nothing rare about that. And then later that day, I'm hearing that I wasn't a good friend. I'm hearing that I left her stranded. I'm hearing that I violated. I'm hearing a whole bunch of things about me that I didn't do. And that was like, at first I was like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? And I'm, you know, thinking like, did I say something? Like, and so mind you, the conversation that I had with her, I recorded it. And I recorded it and I'm like, bro, I'm like, this conversation, how you feel about this? I asked my suitmate. I was like, I let her hear the conversation. And she was like, I think you said everything fine. Everything we agreed on, everything cool. Seemed like it ended well. Well, what's the problem? And I'm like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What's the problem? Where did I go wrong? What did I do? And so I'm telling her, yeah, like she's saying all these things that I didn't do or that I did do. And she's like, she's just trying to understand. Like, she heard the conversation that we had and just, we couldn't understand. Like, so I'm trying to figure out, what did I say that could have made her go and say that I wasn't a good friend to her, that I didn't try to help her, that I said that that she couldn't stay on my couch. Like, when did those words come out my mouth? And, you know, it was just, I ultimately came down to the conclusion that, like, she's just bugging. Essentially, she's bugging. Like, it wasn't me.
I was waiting to hear a deep ass.
No. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
And I think I was trying to find some like reasoning. Like, I was trying to feel like, okay, I did something wrong in order for this to happen.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was trying to place some blame on myself just to kind of like make myself feel better about the situation, that there couldn't have been a reason that she had did me like this. That I had to have done something for her to do me like this.
Yeah.
Because there has to be some kind of miscommunication.
Nah, bro.
And then hearing back the conversation that I had with her, it's like, nah,
man.
Ain't none of that happened.
Some people are just like, even in the fact that you said, like, you try and look back and find a reason, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people really don't care, like, and honestly, that is very, 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 very scary. You know what I mean? That is very scary that a person's reputation, I feel like, is just as important as their social security number. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the things that people remember you for, the things that people know you for, especially people that you rock with, that you close with, that you care about. You know what I mean? We all talk about, oh, don't let people validate you, but you need validation. You know what I mean? You need validation from people that deserves to validate you. And you know, when your name is being switched and those people that you trusted would understand or would know you well enough not to, you know what I'm saying, defame your character or defame your name or believe defamation of your character, and they feed into it as well, that shit hurts. You know what I'm saying? On a different level.
Yeah, that's what hurts me the most, more than her betraying me.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like she turned people against me, and I wouldn't have mind her doing that if it was what actually happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't mind you feeling any way about anything that happened if it was what happened.
Yeah.
But seeing as though it was the exact opposite of what you're telling people, and then people believe in you and not come hitting me up like, yo, I heard you did this. What happened? Because that's how I treat my friend. I hear some wild shit about you. Girl, what is this I'm hearing? I'm coming to you. I need you to tell me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna need you to tell me.
Yeah.
Granted, I would hope, that like I would hear something about my friend, knowing my friend. I'm gonna hear it and be like, she ain't even like that.
Yeah.
Not her.
Yeah.
So let me go ask her and find out why I'm hearing this shit about her.
Yeah.
But no, that didn't happen for me. That didn't happen for me at all. People heard it and they believed it.
Yeah.
And they out here ignoring me, cutting me off, and and it's just like, you know what I mean? That hurt me.
Yeah.
But it came down to it like, okay, well, I guess y'all was never my peoples to begin with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For y'all to hear things like that, knowing that you wouldn't do something like that and not come and check me for it. You know what I mean? And so I think now, like, I have, like, granted, I've had trust issues before.
Yeah.
But now my trust issues is like skyrocketed.
Yeah.
It is the highest it's ever been. And it's very hard. At least I think now I'm definitely, opening up and, having a lot more friends and stuff like that now. But since that situation happened, it's been very hard for me to even like think about having somebody else as a friend. For me to think that somebody that I just met would not betray me for somebody that I've been friends with since I was, 12, 13? You know what I mean? For you to betray me after we all the way got to college over some dumb shit that didn't even happen.
Yeah. I've been seeing those posts all the time where it'd be like, they tell you all the time to tell your friend, when your friend is overstepping your boundaries and you speak up to them and they never speak to you again.
That's exactly what happened. But you
know
what
like,
it is?
damn, I just didn't want to go to Applebee's. Like, you're not my man's.
But I think why she did what she did, I think she felt embarrassed.
Yeah.
I think she felt embarrassed that the situation happened the way she is. And I think when I was having that conversation with her, it was kind of like, oh, I think I fucked up here. And instead of her just like apologizing and moving on from it, she apologized to me and then betrayed me.
But that's what I was telling you. Like, I feel like everybody has their way of dealing with guilt or dealing with like embarrassment or dealing with that like when something, you know that feeling when you're embarrassed or when you're going through something, you feel like that your heart is heavy. Like you feel like some people channel that in a healthy manner. Like, yo, my fault, and they eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like. It sucks and you live with that feeling every day, but you have that remorse of like, damn, I did fuck up, like, you know what I'm saying? But other people turn that into negativity. You know what I'm saying? They double that, you know what I'm saying, and take the attention off of them or where their mistakes are. And it's not even about, because I'm sure nobody asked it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure nobody was like, yo, what's this and that? What's that and this? I'm sure it was something that was presented to other people like, yo, did you know this happened?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
for sure.
That's how people cope with stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's people's way of like, yo, like, how could this have happened this way? You know what I'm saying? Or try and take the responsibility or blame off of them and try and kind of spread it out to other people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or an easy target for you, somebody who can't defend yourself. Because you don't know, you're not around to be like, yo, why are you talking like that?
She went back to the city,
Yeah, so you're not around to see anybody, you know what I'm saying? And this is also a church friend. We all grew up in the church together, and, you know what I'm saying, it's a small church. So, she's somebody that's revered in that church, and her word has weight, you know what I mean? And so if she gonna speak, niggas gonna be like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? And, understanding that, and still not really caring to do that and, talk how you talk, it shows a lot about, just how you reflect on that yourself and how you viewed yourself to want to, defame somebody else's name like that.
Yeah. And I think now too, like, even the relationships that I have now, like, I feel like it's hard for me because, like, if you're my friend and you hear somebody talking bad about me, don't you dare sit there in silence and hear them talk shit about me. Don't you dare sit there in silence and keep quiet and say you on the fence or say you stay neutral.
Nah, you pussy.
Don't you dare say nothing like that. You know what I mean? Because then I feel like I can't trust you.
Nah.
I can't trust you. And you're just as capable to do exactly what she did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like if you, and that's why too, like, it's, you know, looking back at all the church friends and stuff like that, it's like, I hear not one of y'all speak up in my name. Especially when I told y'all the truth about what happened. You know what I mean? Not one of y'all spoke up in my name. At least not that I'm aware of. Y'all could have done it on the low.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is cool, which is fine. I'm just not aware of it. You know what I mean? Everything is carried on business as usual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not us saying, oh, you know, don't be her friend or anything like that. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
But don't act like what she did was right.
Or like it didn't happen.
Right. Or like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think when people kind of want to play on the sidelines about what's right and what's wrong, like that's where you got me.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you that I'm not gonna lie, you was bugging.
Yeah.
I think you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, and I want that same respect back. You know what I mean? And I think I don't know how I can really have a relationship with somebody that isn't really reciprocating that kind of energy. I don't really feel like they can fully be trusted, and it's kind of hard for me to have that relationship, knowing that, you know, if the situation were to happen again, you still won't speak up for me. You would still move the same way and not say nothing. Because we can talk about a situation and we can agree and we can say, oh yeah, that was wrong, that was messed up, but you still her friend and you're not telling her that.
Yeah.
You're just telling me. So it's like, dang, well, what are you telling her?
And this is why sometimes I feel like you just gotta be petty. Sometimes I feel like, don't take my advice. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an advice giver anyway. So do whatever the hell you want with this information. This is how I feel. I feel like sometimes, because I understand, I see that people think that the person who has the person who's right always has to do the right thing, or the person who's right always has to take the fall for everything that's happening, right? So they'll only discuss the matters of the situation with the person that they know is in the right. You know what I'm saying? But they'll go business as casual with the person that is in the wrong. So let's both be in the wrong. Let's both be in the wrong, and let's see what happens then. You know what I'm saying? No, let's both be in the wrong. Let's both be ignorant. Let's both lie. You know what I mean? I mean, listen. I think it's important for you to save. You have a lot to lose. You know what I'm saying? Save yourself the trouble of involving yourself in things that will drain your energy and drain your peace, your happiness. You know what I'm saying? But I think sometimes people need to be checked. A lot of times people need to be checked. And it's because there's nobody that's willing to say something, to speak up and call out the bullshit, as to why a lot of people feel like they can go about their day and do whatever it is that they please. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like those people need to run into one person who don't give a fuck about nothing. They don't got nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? And that's rare. That's rare. But you'll find it. You'll find that one person. You know what I'm saying? That is willing to risk it all just to teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I thought about being that person. I'm not gonna lie. I thought about becoming that person. I definitely did. And I felt as though if I did become that person, they might actually believe
the lies. Yeah.
And I chose to stay silent.
Yes.
But it kept eating at me.
Yeah.
It kept eating at me, and I realized that I had to address and talk to those people, whether it, not even to get closure or anything like that. I wasn't talking to the used to be friend. After a certain while, I was like, oh, you got me fucked up. Now that I bet copy, and that's done away with.
Yeah.
But to people that were on the fence or the people that believed her or stuff like that, I felt like I had to kind of like, like clear my name.
Yeah.
And I think a part of me kind of regrets doing that because I still feel how I feel. Like now I feel, well, not now, but when I came to that conclusion, it's still like, well, if y'all was really my friends, if y'all was really bang with me and how y'all say y'all was,
I wouldn't even have to talk to you.
I wouldn't even have to talk to you. Right. We would have been had this conversation.
Yeah.
But no, you believed it and you didn't come check me for it, knowing that it's something that you would not do yourself.
Yeah.
And so a part of me kind of just like, man, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, I with people that I want to stay on the fence or whatever, I don't know. I still feel like, I don't know. Because I don't feel like I can fully trust you. I don't feel like I can trust you if, my name is being talked about and you're not you're gonna stay silent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't do that for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you're not asking people to be martyrs or be, always, because not everybody's like me or like you, or, you know what I'm saying, where, like, so a lot of people have a kind of a shy personality, or, that's what they used to. But and I think, as I said, as you said, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? And I don't think Danielle is saying that you got to be on some hot shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
But I think it's just you. Accountability is literally the most important part of any relationship on the face of the planet. Yeah. You're not a friend of anybody, or you don't have a relationship with anybody that you can't hold accountable. You know what I'm saying? If you do, it's false. You know what I'm saying? That's not a relationship. And I feel like you're not really adding into each other. And so if that's somebody that you care about, first of all, you know what I'm saying, to see that they're what they would have done to somebody else, it should one, allow you to see that in yourself and be like, damn, this is my friend and this is what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? That you got to move tack around that person. But also, I think seeing that way of living is not leading you down a good path in life. Let me holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Let me holler at you so we can at least discuss this. And I can, put you on like, yo, feel me? Like, that's not valid. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you don't got to come on no hot behavior. You can still be yourself.
All you gotta say is, don't talk around Danielle about me. Yeah. No, I don't think that sounds hard. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna stay here and hear y'all say what y'all saying about Danielle around me. Yeah, especially when it's not true. You know what I'm saying? That don't seem hard. If we're not gonna talk facts, let's not talk. You feel me? And I just think it's it's a very touchy subject, because I feel like you're asking somebody to kind of like be on timing and not at the same time. It's like, I think I'm asking for reciprocated energy. Yeah. Yeah, and that's where it could get like gray. In your own way, I feel you should be down for me as I'm down for you. Yeah. And I don't see that as you being silent when you are hearing things about me and you're not going to the other side and having them take accountability for, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, don't say it all to me. Go ahead and see that to them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because we could talk about it all we want, but it doesn't do anything when the other person on the other side isn't hearing anything. Yeah. And it's so crazy how most of what you spoke about is not even related to the actual incident, but more so the wounds after the effect. Because I think that's where most of my betrayal really set in. Yeah, and that's where it all hits. It's always after the fact. Yeah. What things happen, like what, you can't control how things happen sometimes, right? But it's the things that could have been controlled, the things that could have been understood or could have been mitigated after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That doesn't happen, and you're like, damn. Like those are the shit that kind of just keeps playing around in your head, and it's hard to deal with those things. And I mean,
hey, I'm really sorry that you had to go through that, especially somebody like you, who's such a loyal and down person. You know what I'm saying? And you know, for but you know, a lot of people don't deserve good people in their life, anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just those ways for those bad people to get more bad people around them. You know
But
what
you
I mean?
know, like I'm actually happy that I've experienced that.
Yeah.
In some ways, yes, I'm happy. In other ways, I'm, very heartbroken over it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think I'm very happy with who's in my life right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so at the end of the day, my peace is number one. And
Yeah.
I feel very at peace right now.
Yeah. And that's beautiful. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I really, really love to hear that. You know what I mean? But as I said, bro, it sucks to hear, like, you feel me? Like, people cap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sucks to hear people. Because, number one, I know nobody would say that face to face. I know nobody would run up and be like, yo, da 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 da. Feel me? Like, that's what timing is. Because, I mean, come on. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you're not like that. But
Yeah.
I feel like at the same time as well, it's like, you know, just me, I witness every day the woman that you are. You know what I'm saying? And how you are for other people. Like, it's consistent all throughout, and you've always been like that. That's never changed. I've known Danielle forever. Forever. I didn't just meet her, you know, when we started dating. We've been friends forever. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell you that she's been the one person in my life that has never, ever, ever switched up. Not once. Not once. Like, that shit is crazy. I've never seen a different side of her. You know what I mean? Other than the growth that she's had from over the years. You know what I mean? And so for niggas to be like, to you know, put that in the wrong light,
Yeah.
or mistreat that, it hurts a lot. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that, babe.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think this was a good episode.
Yeah.
I think it was, it was definitely real.
Yeah.
But y'all let us know in the comments down below. Like, have y'all dealt with betrayal? How did that make you feel? What did you do about it? Did y'all get petty?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments down below. And on that note,